crypto enthusiast. We are going to discuss Kaspa, its recent price action, a couple of interesting tweets and news for Kaspa, as well as a couple of interesting old coins charts. So I'm pretty sure that you don't want to miss it out. Remember, your support is important to me. Like my videos, share it, subscribe, and comment. So now, without any delay, let's get started. As you can see over here, Kaspa is currently trading at $17 and is currently experiencing a little leg up of 0.1. Market cap is currently sitting at $3.9 billion and 24-hour trading volume is sitting at $42.6 million. If we are going to look at this chart over here on the 24-hourly time frame, obviously it is a little bit boring. However, I do believe that good things are common for Kaspa. But let's firstly cover a couple of news. First things to cover, I know that this is pretty much like a cliche at this point, but obviously that's something important to point out. BTC does not scale. ETH is centralized. Kaspa is the only crypto that solves the trilemma. Now, let's have a look at this over here. One thing that I would like to point out is, first of all, Kaspa's development is many steps beyond solving the trilemma. There are many steps beyond Dagnite 100 BPS. Jonathan gave us a peek into the future of Kaspa, and it will be massively disruptive to the crypto and financial industries. Well, that is a very bold claim, but obviously that is a huge project. Let's have a look over here. Kaspa's will be better than World Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Chainlink, each specializing excel in. Kaspa's developers and innovators aren't stopping there and will continue to stretch the limits of innovation and implementation in the world of crypto. I do believe that this could definitely happen, right? Obviously, all of the features of Kaspa are strong, but now obviously it's up to the team and obviously the founder himself to pretty much push that narrative of Kaspa all over the world, as well as the ambassadors themselves. So obviously there still has to be work done in terms of the marketing of Kaspa, just like before with BTC adoption. So now let's have a look at this piece of news over here. First of all, shout out to Crypto D on X. And now he compared BTC to Kaspa. And now if Kaspa could reach $40 before 2026, if it follows what Bitcoin did, as we can see over here, that represents all of the dates that ABTCA did. Technically, based on these obviously comparisons, that is possible. However, I do believe that $40 is a little bit too much. However, I could be positively surprised. Let me down below in the comments. And now let's check this out. Shout out to Makagama on X. Understanding the Kaspa 4 and 8 month cycles paired with the power low bands is like a free money hack. So that is basically going in that direction, guys. And if we are going to look at that chart as well, using logarithmic regression bands to indicate areas where the DCA is out and DCA is out and DCA. So that pretty much is very similar to a BTC chart. You cannot deny it. Now, let's have a look at this very interesting tweet that I found. So shout out to Yellow Mojo. I sometimes tell myself there is no way Kaspa will be $20 in mid-2025 as a potential top. But then nobody would have ever thought BTC could ever be 5,000 as well. It was unthinkable. The masses still don't know about Kaspa. Think about it. Think about that. Still early, not too late. Yes, if we think about it from BTC perspective, of course, it makes sense. First, we had these purchases of 10,000 Bitcoins per what? 1 or 2 pizzas. After that, we saw a huge adoption of BTC. Obviously, the person who bought these pizzas with 10,000 Bitcoins, I'm pretty sure he regrets it now. But if we are going to look from a bigger time frame perspective, it is definitely possible that Kaspa could be in the top 10. If not this bull cycle, obviously. Now, let's look at this interesting piece of news over here. The monthly Kaspa reward reduction for miners has a more powerful effect on price than all the burn mechanisms on the market. It is one of the key variables behind Kaspa's organic price development. In 10 days, miners will again earn 5.6% less Kaspa than in the previous month. Obviously, that is a big thing. We all know that these reductions are happening every single month. Speaking when we're talking about these reductions, the current reward is currently 131 Kaspa, and the next one is going to be 123. The next reduction is coming in 4 days. Now, if we are going to look at the difficulty and the hash rate, that is exponential growth. Obviously, all of these metrics are pretty much telling one thing. Now, let's have a look finally at this chart. Obviously, on a daily, we do have a little bit of a boring price action. We have this consolidation. However, Kaspa is looking strong on a daily. It's bouncing back. As we can see over here, we've pretty much reached that RSI in the area of, let's say, overbought at 82. However, a very interesting fact, if I'm going to switch it to the weekly, as we can see over here, Kaspa is still looking strong, because if we are going to look at this resistance over here for RSI, on Kaspa, we are nowhere near. Every single time, Kaspa has pretty much reached that level over here. Well, 2 times actually basically reached this level over here. If I'm going to allow myself to measure in terms of percentage, that's going to be 25% pump. If Kaspa is going to, let's say, repeat the previous action, let's draw 25% from where we are now. That would put Kaspa around 21 cents of a dollar. Obviously, nothing really changes in terms of my previous updates. I still do believe that Kaspa is going to reach that sooner or later. Let's look over here on a daily. Obviously, Kaspa is pretty much consolidating a little bit, but that is nothing to what's going to come. And even if Kaspa is going to reach that level of resistance and retest these previous all-time highs, then it's going to be a beautiful opportunity to scoop up some more Kaspa at the level of 15 cents of a dollar. And now let's have a look at this beautiful altcoin chart. First of all, shout out to Titan of Crypto on Twitter, or X. The monthly Ichimoku Golden Cross just happened. People are not ready for what's coming in the crypto market. That's obviously all together. It's a BTC, Ethereum, all altcoins. Every single time that Golden Cross happens, we have a parabola action for crypto. Just like in a previous bull cycle, as we can see over here, right after that happened, we had a parabola. If we are going to look back to 2016 and 2017, exactly the same thing happened. That is very good. If we are going to look at this chart over here, that's Wyckoff accumulation. As we can see over here, we have exited phase D, and now we are entering phase E. We have fully exited phase D, which now means that we have up only. Even if we have a little bit of a consolidation on Kaspa, let's say, I really don't care because I know what is going to happen in the coming months. Now, if we are going to look at that chart, we can pretty much see the possible targets for a BTC. Also, that is the Titan of crypto. Shout out one more time. According to the time and cycle theory, the bull market would end in December 2025, 21 months from now. As we can see over here, that is pretty much, if that is going to happen, well, it happened in the previous 3 cycles. We had 13 bars of, let's say, bear market, and then we had a huge parabola. Again, we had a bear market, 13 bars and 35 bars of parabola, just like before. If that is going to come into fruition, we could expect anything between 120 and perhaps 200,000 for ABTC. Now let's have a look at this beautiful chart to represent where we are in the market now. I do believe that the best time to buy Kaspa was yesterday, but the best time to buy Kaspa is definitely before the halving and the huge bull cycle.